What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Stream Key podcast, a professional podcast here, by the way. I'm here with Velok. It's just a one-on-one podcast today. No special guests this week because all the craziness from TwitchCon and everything, but we're finally here, ready to start today. Vel, how are you doing today, man? How have you been since last week when I last saw you?
Man, I am good. I'm very good. TwitchCon was great, and I'm finally well rested.
Awesome.
Feels good, man.
I am definitely not all the way rested back yet, but it's slowly getting there.
Okay.
Slowly but surely. We were both at TwitchCon last week, guys. If you didn't hear that, we did a whole Twitch episode last week, TwitchCon episode with Dan and Atlas.
Week before.
Yeah, 2 weeks. My weeks are all gone now, man. TwitchCon, but this week is really jam-packed because there's so much announced at TwitchCon for all the updates coming to Twitch. And then Mixer put out their changes kind of in response to that as like a season of streaming. It's kind of interesting. And then a lot of miscellaneous stuff with streamers getting kind of some controversy for doing things. And we just saw now Streamlabs making changes to their dashboard and a report they put out. So that's a crazy week. I'm excited for it. If you guys haven't seen this show before, the way this works is Vel and I will be talking through these topics on the show, but you can actually call in and give us your questions and takes. Vel's not going to let you, it looks like. You can do that through a Discord or Twitch chat or Discord chat if you can't get to a voice chat right now. But just type in !calls or !stream key and you can join in there and come on the show and talk to us about your thoughts on the changes to Twitch, Mixer, certain streamer, whatever. But this is definitely going to be themed around all the TwitchCon and Mixer updates this week is the main topic. So first of all, I guess we should go through what those changes are, because we should probably make people know. And you guys probably saw most of these. Let me pull up the Twitch Medium thing really quickly here. But there were a bunch of changes they announced. They had like this fancy way of presenting it at TwitchCon. If you saw the panel or saw it live, it was like grow, thrive. I can't remember exactly how they formatted all of it. But some of the biggest things that we saw. Okay, yeah, Keynote. I've got to put it up here. Let's go through really quickly and let you guys know what the changes were. The first thing they announced, and in my opinion, probably the biggest, is squad streaming. So you can see this. I'll link the article in the chat right now if you want to go take a look at how it kind of looks. But basically, you'll be able to stream. If you guys know multi-stream, it's very much like that. You can stream alongside your friends. If you're all streaming at the same time, viewers can go watch all of you in kind of the same window, in like a grid, and you can sort of design it how you want it to look. And then, at least on multi-Twitch, you can switch between the chats. I don't know exactly how to look on Twitch yet. The things they showed are still pretty, like they're very much mock-ups, and we don't know when exactly it'll actually come. But we just know sometime next year. But I think there's a lot of potential there, and I definitely want to get some thoughts on that. Highlight editor got updated. Whatever. I think they kind of do that all the time anyway. They have new featured sections on the Twitch homepage. Which, again, they're kind of already doing that, but I guess it's an official announcement.
VIP.
Yeah, that was the other big one, in my opinion, was VIP badges. So basically now streamers be able to give a VIP role and badge to someone in their chat or community. It's a manual thing that you don't necessarily have to earn. You just give it to whoever, which is kind of interesting. And then new mod tools. So mods can now see a criminal record of everyone in their chat. I love that term. Basically, you can click on a user if you're a mod and see like all the past bans the person had, and you can actually leave comments on that person for other mods to see. Kind of like a tagging system, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then a roles management page, which basically lets you see. It's kind of weird because there really aren't that many roles. It's like you have MVP, now is the new one. So MVP, mod, and like viewer. I think that's it. So I think that has potential if they add more roles. We'll see. A couple other small things. Sub badges now show total number of months instead of, you don't have to continuously sub to keep that streak. You can take a month off, come back, and still have your streak badge and, work towards those bigger badges if you want to. Kind of nice. And then like they had a few other little things like extensions, some Snapchat extension. I don't care about that personally, but it was kind of interesting. And anything else? Oh, Twitch sings. It's interesting. We'll see how that comes out, but
Creed.
Hopefully it's on there. Yeah, Vel's gonna be singing some Creed on Twitch sings.
Have to.
But yeah, so there's the big changes to Twitch over it was last Friday they announced all this stuff. I don't think much of it has rolled out yet. The Snapchat thing is out. I saw Miss Hobo Slayer using that last night. A lot of the stuff they really didn't give a certain date on when it comes out. It's just sort of in the next year. So we'll see when that'll happen. The ones that I'm most excited for are, well, the biggest one is definitely squad streaming, and then MVP role has some cool ways you could use it, I think, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Val, what are your quick thoughts on everything that got released at TwitchCon?
Squad streams is awesome. We definitely needed something like that on Twitch for sure. I think it's gonna be really cool being able to, like, I think the streams with Ninja, Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tatman, and whoever they pick up as their fourth, I think those will be really cool to watch. VIP badges or MVP or whatever it is, I'm not excited for at all. I'm kind of upset that they did that, to be honest, because I feel like that's just going to be such a weird dynamic to add to a chat to where, like, people are going to see, like, oh, this person got VIP or MVP or whatever it is, but why don't I have it? And it's like, well, do you like them more than me? And then it's just going to be like this thing, like that's not what any streamer wants to deal with. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Every streamer loves their viewers. And so if you give somebody an extra badge just for being a viewer, like, I feel like that's just going to cause drama. Like, I probably won't use it because I don't know. You earn that just by being in there all the time anyway. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not just going to give everybody who's in my channel right now a VIP badge. I just don't know. Yeah, right? Like, we all got it. Then it loses its value. But then if you give it to one person, it makes that person look like they're your absolute most favorite. And it's just, that's way beyond what I want to deal with.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard pretty mixed things on it. I know, like, you're not the biggest fan of it. From some other people I heard, like Dan was talking about how he's going to use it. I think I want to get some calls from people to hear what they think about it, because it's pretty divisive. Whether you guys think it's a good idea or something that you're never going to use, like Vel, give us your calls and takes, and we'll definitely get your thoughts on it and break that down, because I have some thoughts on that as well. Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I think in general, a lot of the changes were not as big as last year, or what the stuff got announced. Yeah. And maybe that's just like our nostalgia goggles seeing our first con that way.
Well, the guaranteed guaranteed path to partner is, that's better than anything that they could announce.
That was pretty.
And I don't want you guys to take it the wrong way, by the way, the whole VIP thing. Like, I think all of my viewers are amazing. And, like, I just don't want to, like, that's just a lot of drama that I think would come out of that. And I just don't want that. I'd rather just have it be a super positive place where everybody gets along and everybody feels welcomed and, loved. And I feel like that's just going to mess with it. I just don't want anybody getting the wrong idea. Like, oh, Vel doesn't like his viewers. Like, no, that's definitely 100% not it. Just wanted to get that out there.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I think last year had some more cool stuff. I think squad streaming could be good. Although I don't know. It depends on how they do it right. I think there's a lot of potential if they kind of do like some integrations. And I was talking to somebody about the idea of doing like a merging chat, if you're streaming with other people in the squad streaming system, that your chats would actually merge during that, and maybe like the potential of doing a duo or stream type thing, where it's almost like a way to collab with somebody by like doing a one-on-one, and then your chats merge and can talk to each other. So I think there's some cool potential things they can do with it. It's just a matter of how they actually roll it out and what they end up doing. So we'll have to see on that. For sure, but a lot of the other things are pretty whatever. To be honest, I was kind of disappointed they made like highlight updates and discovery updates, like announcements, because they've already been doing this for like 5 months. It's like every month or so they'll make like a small tweak to it. So I don't know why they felt the need to announce it at TwitchCon. It's like, congrats, you made another change they've been doing for the entire past year.
Yeah, it's just. Am I
surprised?
So they need to focus a lot more on stuff for viewers. I think everything they've been doing, I feel like, is very streamer.
Yeah. Who was saying that? Somebody made the point that like during Twitch the keynote, right? They mentioned viewers for like a second. It was like,
and then like moving on.
Yeah. like, all right, viewers, you matter. So streamers, let me talk to you guys.
It's so
Yeah.
true though, man. It's unfortunately very true.
Yeah, I mean it is, and I kind of understand a little bit where it's coming from because I mean I would imagine there's a lot of streamers at TwitchCon just due to like the educational nature of all the panels, and
Right.
I think it is tailored a lot at streamers. But I mean you look at Twitch, and the majority of people on Twitch are not streamers; they're viewers.
Yeah, Twitch wouldn't be anything without viewers. So I think they're focusing on who makes Twitch money instead of who gives Twitch money. Like they need to focus on like the source of it, not just where it's incoming.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious about that. Like how much the average streamer versus viewer gives to Twitch in terms of revenue. That'd be kind of interesting because like affiliate, I mean, small streamers can make a lot of money for Twitch now, so it's interesting. Yeah. But in any case, that was the big changes from TwitchCon. Got announced last week. And again, you guys are free to call in and give us your thoughts on it, on a certain thing if you want to speak about it. I didn't see any questions in chat yet. If you do ask something in chat or Discord, please make sure to tag at TRUgaming so I see it in red there and can grab you and ask your question on air. But the calls are open now for anyone who'd like to join. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to pull up the Mixer changes, which I have here. All these links are in the Discord, by the way, guys. If you ever want to find them, there's a little like Twitch news section, and you can find all links to these articles in there. So yeah, Mixer. I kind of think in response to Twitch's updates and TwitchCon and all that, trying to counter that hype, they announced season 2 of Mixer, which is interesting. I've never heard of like streaming seasons, but I mean seasons are definitely a very big gaming thing. Basically, they made a bunch of updates to the platform, very much like Twitch. So I'll go through and read these off really quickly. Something called skills. Basically, I guess you can use GIFs in the chat now on Mixer. I'm less familiar with Mixer, I'll be honest, so excuse me if I kind of get some of this wrong. But it looks like you can kind of like how when you donate bits and stuff in Twitch, you get little animated, whatever, emotes and little icons and stuff. You get that for Mixer, but they're bigger, and you can, I guess, like use points to make those GIFs. And the overall thing it looks like is they're letting you do things in chat, more things in chat than just type text. Now you can put like pictures and GIFs via point systems and things. So that's kind of interesting. They also launched something called Sparks, which in my mind is almost exactly like bits. So it's like a virtual currency that you can buy and then use on Mixer to support streamers. I think it's different looking than bits, and there's like some sort of like you can create a meter that fills and then you get paid at the end. But for all purposes, it looks a lot like bits to me. So cool that they're doing that though. More ways to earn money on Mixer. And then one of the biggest things I saw, and this is actually the one I'm most excited for, is something called progression. And basically, it's like a leveling system that's built into Mixer. So the reasons they put this out there is they said, really right now, one of the biggest ways to support a streamer is just to give them money, right? Like that's sort of like how, biggest donator, biggest tipper, or whatever, like last sub or something. But this, I guess they're trying to make it so that for people who, can't afford to support a streamer, but are still there day to day and really being the backbone of that community, they can still get rewarded. So now, like the longer you're in a stream, the more you chat, you level up in that stream and get some sort of rewards. I don't know all the details of it, but I really like the idea of being able to, level and like earn more things in a stream over time. That's built into the streaming platform, because you can do it through things like bots and, Discord has bots and stuff, but having it built in is really cool because you could also do like special access things for certain level people on there. Maybe chat rooms or like special streams that only certain levels can access. I just think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. So I'm excited for that. And hopefully Twitch takes a look at it, maybe takes their own approach to it or something. In general, competition is just better for this kind of thing because it'll put Twitch on their toes. And the same thing with Facebook and YouTube. Competition is good for just growing the whole industry overall. But
absolutely.
Yeah, Val, what do you think of these changes coming to Mixer just overall?
I really like it. I've never spent more than 10 minutes on Mixer, but I like that. Like you said, I like that Mixer is doing these things and kind of like keeping Twitch on their toes. Aesthetically, I think Mixer has a leg up on Twitch. I think that Their interface looks awesome. I think everything about Mixer looks great, which is definitely more appealing to a person who hasn't looked at either one. I think Mixer has just like the visual like aesthetics to bring in new people, which is really cool, and I think it's great. And I think Twitch is going to have to step their game up a little bit in that aspect. And it's really cool, like seeing things like what was it, Spotlight or something like that for Fortnite. I know they've had that for a while, where
like the hype zone type thing.
Yeah, hype zone. That's what it was. Like Twitch definitely needs something like that for sure. And like Mixer is able to move fast with all these new changes and everything. And Twitch is kind of it's a bigger company. It's probably more difficult to make these kind of moves and everything. But it's cool just to see competition. And somebody said earlier that Mixer's overrated. I wouldn't. I would honestly. I'm a little worried about Mixer, to be honest, because they're making some really good moves and they're doing the right things right now for sure. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see that Mixer is actually taking it pretty seriously too, and they're not backing down. I think so. The hype zone thing, they actually added some sort of tag like this on Twitch with the tag updates, where you can actually see if you're like in the top 10 now or something on Twitch. Really? But it's not the same kind of thing where you can go to a dedicated channel on Mixer and then it'll kind of just hop you around people who are in the top 10. So yeah, I have seen it, and there are some more fancy tags that are coming into Twitch now. They didn't really announce, but they're on there. So like the automated, if you're playing a certain character in Overwatch or League of Legends, it'll tag you that way now, which is pretty cool. And then for like a game like Fortnite or PUBG, it can tell if you're in the top 10 or not. So
wow.
Yeah, there's some stuff out there. I just don't think they're using it enough yet or making it known to people. It's still kind of like
that
under
stuff
the
needs
radar.
to be announced. That's like huge stuff that like would bring more people into Twitch for sure. Like they can't just expect it just to work and more people to be here just because of it. But I think they need to step up their marketing as a whole. Just announcing things and making it a big deal and hyping everybody up about it.
Yeah, I think on the point of the look of Mixer, I actually don't like how Mixer looks, and maybe that's just I'm too used to Twitch and I've been on there forever. Right. It actually looks confusing to me, but I guess that's probably how Twitch would look to someone coming to Twitch for the first time.
Yeah, so. I think so. I mean, it definitely looks like it's a lot of stuff going on at once, which it looks a little bit mixed up for sure. But I think just like the overall style of everything looks really clean. Like when you go and look at like the ranks and everything, and like the what do they call it's not bits. I forget what they call it.
I'd forgot to. Let me pull it back up. Sparks. Like that looks pretty cool. Like everything just looks cool in my opinion. It's just it is definitely a lot of stuff for sure. Okay. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but an important note on Sparks too is you actually earn them by watching a stream too, not just buying them. So that's an important distinction from bits, where I guess you could do it via ads before, but like now literally by just being in a stream, you're gonna earn some amount of Sparks, aka bits type thing on Mixer. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the line I have on here is that one of the most rewarding feelings in a community is supporting a streamer, but we know that not everyone who wants to contribute can always afford to do so. Now you can support your favorite streamer without breaking the bank by using Sparks. Earn Sparks just by watching streams, spend them on skills, and help partner streamers reach milestones that give them real money payouts. So the whole exact process of using them is kind of confusing. I don't know what skills are exactly, how that'll work out, but essentially you can translate time in a stream into money for that streamer, which is pretty cool. So depending on how they do that, I think that's a pretty nifty way to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Huh. And there's like embers too. Okay, no, embers are like bits. Sorry, this.
Okay.
But like embers and yeah, it's just go look in the on the article, guys. It makes a lot more sense. There's GIFs and pictures, and you'll understand it more. But it looks like you can essentially buy them or earn them. I would assume that you just earn them at a much slower rate. Is sort of a quick look at it. But it's good to see that Mixer is working on new ways for people to monetize the platform and support themselves as streamers, in addition to supporting the viewers. Like we were just talking about with Twitch, like some of these are definitely targeted at viewers as opposed to the streamer in terms of like the progression system, being able to earn stuff without paying for it and just use it on stuff in the chat yourself. It's good to see that Mixer is supporting the viewer a lot on that platform. I like it. Yeah, exactly. Harry Bocart. That's exactly what I was saying. Having it integrated on the platform is invaluable because I mean you can run it through bots and things, but or like stream elements or whatever. But having it integrated just gives you so much more images and makes it such a part of the platform to want to level. And you don't really have to explain it to people because that's the problem with a lot of leveling systems. It's like, hey, welcome to the stream. We have a leveling system here. If you type this for so long, you get this, and then. But if you can see it and it's all right there in front of you, then you don't have to explain it, and people just want to be a part of it. So I think there's a lot of potential there. By the way, thanks for the subs, guys, coming in. I see those. I love your faces. Calls are wide open. If you guys want to talk on Twitch or make your updates with us, you are more than welcome to. Just type !calls or !stream key. I saw a couple questions in the chat. It's from Scary Panama Joe. Said, so Twitch Sings is just like karaoke? Weird. From my understanding, we actually did Twitch Sings at TwitchCon, but it wasn't streamed. I feel like that defeated the whole purpose of Twitch Sings. But
it's just Sings at that point.
Yeah. What they said in the keynote is that supposedly you can, like the chat can sing with you. It's really kind of vague still. I think we'll have to see when it comes out and when it's really streamed. But the whole point of it is they're trying to make games that viewers can drive as much as the streamers themselves. So and there are already a couple games out there like, the Clone Danger Zone thing. But Twitch is really trying to focus supposedly on building integrated games from the ground up. So yeah, I don't know. We just talked about the whole viewers thing,
Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, no, you're right. It was just funny.
Yeah. They have a lot of songs on there, which is good. So I don't know. I think we just have to see what it looks like when it comes out. And True Mama was all about that game, so I'm sure we'll be playing that in the True office. Yeah, squad stream looks sick. Yeah, I think the squad stream, I think Veli and I agree, is probably the best thing that came out of the keynote so far. So, but again,
which isn't even.
Yeah, it's not even that great compared to they didn't really introduce anything super new. Is the thing, right? Because you could always just go to multi-Twitch or Khadgar and do this. But now it's just integrated on the platform. Again, the problem with all this stuff is it's so far out that we don't really know what it's actually going to look like. It's like they're just kind of telling us about ideas, but we're not going to really know what to think about it until it actually gets here.
Right.
So
it did not live up to the hype of that tweet. I'm going to put it that way.
I didn't
see the tweet that they did the day before. They're like, be ready for the announcement of like the future of Twitch or whatever. Like this is the future of Twitch. Like they hyped it up, man. And like that
Snapchat filters.
Like, yes, you can look like a dog now. What's up? I was a little sad about it.
I kind of feel you on that. Okay, I'm looking through here. Just make sure I didn't miss anything from the chat. Yeah, Ren147. All the links are in the Discord, so please join the Discord because there's a lot of links. So they're all there. I think I missed. You're at work. No worries. If you guys are at work, don't worry. Again, if you can't get into a call to ask a question, that's okay. Just ask a question here in the chat, and I'll still read it off. We'll still talk through it. Do not worry. Okay, so Sticky Ink says, what do you guys think about Twitch adding its own social media onto the site where streamers could post and talk to viewers offline? So you're asking, like, what if Twitch did this, right? Vel, what do you think? And they've kind of done this before with like the activity feed, but not really its own social platform.
Yeah, I don't think that Twitch needs to try to be a social media service. I think what it needs to do is focus on being a place to view streamers and meet new people. Like not meet new people as in social media. I mean, meet new people in chat. So like, I think a lot of things need to be easier. Like when you click on someone's name, you should instantly be able to go to like, you should instantly be able to see if that person's a streamer. Like you should be able to tell right off the bat if that person's a streamer or not. That way, if like you're getting along with someone in the chat, you can just click on the name. Oh, they're a streamer. And you should be able to follow them from that instead of having to go to their channel to follow and everything. I think there's a lot of things that they need to do and step away from being a social media platform. Like Susie was saying earlier, like they need to get rid of the left sidebar on the desktop or browser, because they're trying to be more like a social media platform in some ways, and they just need to clean up and it's cluttered. There's a lot of things that they need to do before they start doing stuff like that, Sticky, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, they tried it a little bit before, and like you said, I don't think they really need to be a social media too. I think you can have a lot of issues. Like look at Facebook, for example, who, they started out as social media. Now they're doing like a Netflix type thing, and they're doing a Twitch type thing, and they're doing, they have Instagram. That's exactly right, because they're doing all these things. But the problem with that is you kind of like lose the distinction of what you actually do, in my opinion. And Facebook maybe is a little bit of an exception because they've been around forever and people just know the name. But I kind of believe like you should just get really good at one thing, and people will come to you for that. Kind of like Amazon is, Amazon just does one thing most of the time, and they have like little divisions, but they're under different names. So I think that's probably the best way to go with it, is just to keep doing the streaming thing. Maybe they integrate other social medias better. That might be an option, like to have, options that go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever from the stream, instead of like trying to make their own social media. I think the integrations can be better, but I don't think they need to create a social media service themselves.
Right.
And you can even look at like the Twitch app, which is pretty much everyone I've talked to thinks of it as a joke. So
it's a bonkers ass app, dude. Oh my God. That thing is nuts. It's so hard to find anything on there. Like you have like the three things at the bottom, or are they at the top? I don't even remember. It's so cluttered. It's insane. The amount of stuff that you have to go through just to like go to the search button.
Right. It's like, and a lot of people in the chat are like, you don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest. Cause you're thinking like, oh, the Twitch mobile app where you watch streams. No. This is like servers and basically Discord for Twitch. And half the people don't even know it exists, because that's not what Twitch, like Twitch isn't Discord. Why would Twitch? So that's my point, why social media is probably not something Twitch needs to look into right now, because it's just gonna be too many things at once, and they're gonna lose the sort of brand identity with streaming. So
yeah, for sure. It's they just need to focus on being a place to watch streamers and hang out with people who are watching the same streamers as you.
Yeah,
that's all they need to worry about. Like if they can focus on that and making it aesthetically pleasing and easy to use and navigate, it'll be amazing. That would just be the greatest.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's just a funny comment. Haribo Kart said he's used to listening to us at 1.5 speed all the time, so hearing it at normal speed sounds abnormal. That's hilarious.
We're talking super slow.
Yeah. Ren had a good point that I forgot to mention. Actually, they didn't put it in the blog post, which is weird. But basically, they announced that the bounty board is going to be rolling out to more affiliates, which is kind of nifty. And again, so bounty board is one of those things that Twitch did not really do a good job announcing and letting people know about, because I think it was mostly reserved for partners. Maybe partners got their own notification, but basically the bounty board is this system where developers or companies will put up offers for your stream. So, stream X game for X amount of time to X amount of viewers, and we'll pay you this much. It's kind of like if you could just go to a Craigslist thing for like sponsorships, essentially, for one-time deals. And you just you choose one that fits for you, you go stream that thing, you get paid. And right now it's pretty much restricted to partners, but they announced at TwitchCon they're rolling it out to affiliates and smaller streamers as the year goes on. That's kind of cool. It's cool for people to have more ways to make money. But yeah, it's weird they didn't announce it in the news article. So I'm sorry that I missed that.
That is really weird. There's some really cool things you can get with that. Like I heard you can get like Assassin's Creed, what is it, Origins or Odyssey or whatever it is, the newest one. You can get that for free, which is pretty cool. Stuff like that. But like, it doesn't. Obviously, that only caters to people that don't play the top games like Fortnite or League of Legends, anything like that. So if you're a streamer like that, it makes it a little bit more difficult, because then you have to go out of your norm to just to make a couple bucks or to get a game for free, which I totally understand. Like you got like there's no way to benefit people playing Fortnite, because you don't even need to give people a reason to play Fortnite. It's already a streamable game. As opposed to Assassin's Creed, which probably needs a little bit more help. They're probably just trying to boost their numbers as much as they can.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of smaller developers or people who are new to Twitch on there. So you'll definitely have to think through like if it works with your brand and your channel. because they're probably going to be games that you don't always play. If they do, great. But for most people, I'd say they're probably not. So something to think through. Hopefully that'll come out. Again, we have no dates on any of this stuff, but at some point it'll come out, we assume.
But it's going to be here.
Yep. Trust us, guys.
Whenever.
Next Paints. There's a Twitch Discord like app. Yeah. Nobody knows that thing even exists, but it's out there. I don't recommend you download it.
It's super built into everything too.
Yeah. And the sad part is I think it actually, like, there's potential for it, but like the problem is they just so blatantly copied Discord after Discord came out. If they come up with the original idea, it might have worked. But it was so clear they were just trying to copy Discord's hype. Like, oh, it's a great idea. We'll just do the exact same thing and change nothing. That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Discord will beat you on that, buddy.
And you have to find it by accident. That's cool too.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true. Let's try again. Grumble Jax. Jax, you there? Hello? By chance?
Grumble Jax, you there, bro?
Grumbler? Maybe not.
He doesn't want to talk to us.
Doesn't want to talk. He put a live topic in the chat though. So I'll just go ahead and ask the question. Maybe he'll come on and give his thoughts on it. So how do you pick a game to play if your hardware or funds can't support newer releases? Okay, so you're restricted by your PC that you want to game on, but you want to play the new games. How do you kind of balance that? Have you been through this yourself, though, at all?
Yeah, for sure. You don't play new games, and it sucks. Streaming on a budget is like the worst prison you can put yourself in. But I totally understand the grind, and you have, like, if you find any multiplayer game fun to stream, do that. Like, luckily for me, I love playing multiplayer video games, and so most of them are pretty easy on computers. So like I know CS:GO, when I first started playing, like that was the perfect game for me to start streaming on because I had a crap PC, and CS:GO I put it on all low settings, and it barely ran on my computer, but I made it work. But honestly, I think starting out with the budget PC is a good thing. You learn how to mess with your settings and everything because you're forced to. But yeah, it's just a grind, man. Like try to find a game that you can play for a while that isn't new, that your system can handle very well, and then just go from there, man. And then just make small adjustments and small additions to your computer. And if you're like me, and I got really fortunate, I had a couple people donate some computer parts to me, which was insane. Like that, like I had never thought in a million years that would ever happen. But some people were just like, "You're having issues, here you go." And I was like, "That's awesome." So that really helped me out. But it's really just a grind, and then eventually you get to the point where you can start making smaller upgrades.
Yeah. Grumble is in the waiting room, so I dragged him back in. I don't know if he's still here. We'll find out. But yeah, I would say the same thing. Like everybody kind of goes through this with streaming at some point. If you go through different games, there are definitely some new games that come out that are more optimized for bad PCs, like Fortnite being a good example of that. I play a lot of League of Legends. League is a very well optimized game. Like Vel said, a lot of multiplayer games that are free to play or just widely accessible are really good for optimization. So definitely check those out. But then again, there's a lot of older games that you can definitely run pretty well on your stream that might still be good to stream for viewership. So it's just a matter of finding those games and not trying to stream things that you can't stream, because it comes down to what you want to get out of your stream. Again, I always go back to that. But if you want to have the best viewing experience for your viewers and create the best stream, then maybe you don't play those super new games that you're going to get 15 FPS on, and it's going to drive people crazy to watch.
Absolutely.
So, just the hard truths there. But you can definitely still have a lot of fun with older games. I'm playing through some myself right now, and I know a lot of people like to watch those. Even like the older Fallout games and things are still popular. So just a matter of getting creative with it.
Dark Souls, people love that kind of, like those kind of games. You'll get a lot of people coming in to watch you rage over Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jax, are you here by chance? Maybe. All right, I don't think he's here, but thanks for the question, dude. Sorry I couldn't get you on the call. Do appreciate the question anyway, though. And you guys are more than welcome to keep asking the questions. We will keep answering them in the chat here. Okay. So I think I saw some questions in the chat again. Let's see here. Oh, that was just Beardy. Let me know that he is in the waiting room. No worries. All right. Any other questions or anything, guys, that we didn't hit here? Okay.
Big Gun's got one.
Yeah, Big Gun's in the waiting room. Okay. Big Gun, you there? Hello? Nobody's calling in today. Yeah. Something's going on. I don't think it's the server, is it?
No, I checked to see if he was server muted. He's not.
Okay. Yeah, make sure that the channel doesn't have any issues on it either.
Discord wouldn't let him talk, Woodland says.
Wouldn't let me. Oh, really? So maybe it is Discord?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay,
We hear you.
cool.
Okay, so it's not us.
No, it was me. As I just got to work, I was driving.
All good, dude. Thanks for calling in. How you doing?
Good, just like I said, getting to work. No, the thing is, I know it's going far back, but the mixer helps out Xbox streamers completely.
Okay.
Mhm.
Why do you say that?
The reason why I say that is because before Mixer came to Xbox, we all had Twitch. PS4 still has the Twitch, and Xbox has Twitch. But with the difference, the fact that for the Xbox, well, for me, I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself, but when I stream off the Xbox, I have to consistently end stream, switch games, and restart it consistently. And they took off the chat, so I have to literally open like my laptop or my phone just to see chat,
Sure.
just to see the chat, and it's like compared to like the PS4, because I know they still use Twitch. So the PS4, you have your gameplay and your chat on the right, and everybody can see it just like you would on PC. Now with the mixer for the Xbox, if you're gonna switch games, it does like a personal intermission, or it pauses the stream for you. It says I'll be right back. You swap games and automatically swaps the games, and you don't lose your time. You don't have to reset. And then there's a little chat box you can move anywhere around the screen, kind of like you guys move the camera. You know how you have it on like the mid, center, left, or top right, or wherever.
Right.
That's how you can move your chat, and it's constantly right there in your face.
Okay.
So that's better in your opinion that they're making those changes?
Well, some of it, yeah. I mean, the mixer is trying to be like Twitch for Xbox because it's a Microsoft thing. So again, because it's Microsoft, they're trying to build it better. Let's be honest, Microsoft's trying to build something better for both PC and Xbox. The fact that with the Twitch now on my console is I have to stop the stream or turn it off, reload it, have to get on my phone just to see chat because they took off the feature where I can't see chat.
Okay.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
So for Xbox and for Xbox streamers consistently, it's a lot helpful. You know, you can see your.
What's going on? There's so many cars going by.
I know like I said, I'm just getting to work, man. It's life and work. But no, it's like it helps so much for Xbox. I mean, the hype zone's pretty cool. I know a couple of my buddies. I was in their mixer, and they got hit by the hype zone because they were top 10.
That's pretty cool, man. I definitely think Hype Zone's very cool. But so, okay, Vel, so you don't have an Xbox. I know that.
I do have an Xbox.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was wrong. Yeah, I mean, do you think, I definitely think there's a cool thing going on there with, we talked about earlier about Microsoft putting money into it, and specifically at Xbox because that's their console. Yeah, what do you think about what Big Gun said?
I think it's cool because I've definitely tried to stream from my Xbox way before I ever streamed on a PC, and it was super difficult. Like they didn't make it easy at all. It didn't make any sense how they did it. It was awful. And so the fact that they're integrating it well into Xbox, that's huge, and I think it's a really good move on their part. Obviously, it's easy for them because that's Microsoft. But yeah, I think it's a really cool move, and it's going to make a lot of people want to start streaming more on Mixer.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's good to hear that they're catering to Xbox because I kind of think that's like their main demographic right now. Is like more specifically Xbox streamers. So it's good that like they're solving problems that maybe Twitch hasn't solved for Xbox users yet, because then they're creating a big advantage for people to come to Mixer instead of Twitch, as if you didn't already have enough reason to do so on Xbox. So
right.
It's smart by them to really target after that audience and do things that'll help them specifically. I like that a lot. Cool. Big on anything else to add?
No, that was it. It's like I've been wanting to try it just to get like see what it's like, but it's like nah, because it's like you have to like start switching it to Mixer, and it's like not a lot of people like it. People get upset about it. They riot. They're like, Twitch is the OG thing. You got to stay on Twitch and stuff like that. Like it's like that PS4. It's like the console versus PC fight all over again, but for streaming. That's what it is.
Yeah, I could see that, especially on Xbox too, because it's probably much more. There's a bigger audience there on Mixer.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, man, thanks for the call. I appreciate it and the take.
No problem. You guys have a good one.
You too, man.
See you, bro.
See you. I'm dying with the chat here. Everyone's like Forza IRL.
When someone said, "Is he fighting a dragon?" Lost it. Lost it.
I missed
dude.
that one. Is that a dragon attacking you?
The True logo feels like a Mixer thing. Get out of here, Starfjord. Get out of here, man. I'm just kidding. Love you.
Nonsense. It is the arrows, but it's 3 arrows, not 2. Okay, and they're
Chevrons.
going down. Yeah, excuse me, chevrons. No, I think it is cool though that because I think that's how Mixer is gonna really see a lot of success, is going after the Xbox market, since they really have that core integration with the platform and they can do things that Twitch can't on Xbox. So I think that's the best way that they can kind of grow right now. Excited to see them do that. Twitch is the future. Agreed, Scary, but Mixer's coming for it. All right. Anything else that I missed here for questions or calls? I don't think so. All right, guys. So questions and calls are wide open. If you'd like to ask something or bring up something related to the Twitch news, the Mixer news, or something else, we still have a lot of other topics to get through here. So I'm sure some of them will dig up some controversy. I'm hoping people come on and call for those. Okay, couple more things. Let's go into the streamer news next, I would say.
Yeah.
2 big things that I saw. There were a couple, but 2 biggest ones. This one was kind of like more than a week ago now, but I think it's sort of the after effects have been going on for a little while. Is that Pokimane did a no makeup stream and then also did pictures of no makeup on Twitter, and basically that created a lot of controversy and discussion and just people talking about it, because for those of you who don't know, Pokimane is the biggest female streamer on Twitch, and so for her to do this is pretty big, and a lot of people have felt different ways about it on Twitter. I mean, you know how Twitter is, very ranty, and people being in support of this, people saying that like it doesn't really mean anything anyway, because I saw something from Wreckful, if you guys know Wreckful, and that was pretty ignorant in my opinion, but basically it just created a lot of controversy for her. But I'm interested to see if people have their own thoughts on it and like the whole culture that is around female streamers and makeup and all that. I wish we had a female streamer on the show to talk about it, but you know, if there's a female caller wants to call in, that'd be really cool. In general, I think it's really cool to see her doing this, because I can't imagine it's easy to do, but having stepping up and doing that, I think is a good example and role model to a lot of other female streamers on the platform, to say that, okay, if the biggest person can do this, maybe I can do this too. That's my quick thoughts on that. I don't know if Vel, you looked into it a little bit this morning too. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's awesome that she did that. And obviously, like, you can only imagine the feedback that she's getting. Most of it not positive, because there's too many trolls out there that like to ruin people's lives. I think it's really cool. And she was mentioning how people need to get used to seeing females without makeup on, because if you ever get a girlfriend, she's not going to be wearing makeup the whole time. And that's totally 100% true. Like, you got to get used to it. It's just, people just need to understand. They just need to get with the program, I guess. It's one of those things, like, you can't expect someone to wear makeup all the time. And it's really cool of her to like go out of her comfort zone and do that. Like me, if I shaved off my beard, I look like a fat baby. Like, I'm like, this is my makeup. You know what I mean? I'm leaving it on. No, it's really cool that she's doing that. I really feel bad for the negative comments that she's getting, but she's also getting a lot of good comments too, you know, because someone in her position, she has a lot of good that she can do, being one of the top female streamer. A lot of good that she can do for everybody. So I think it's really great.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I was sad to see like all the hate come out of it, because I don't see how there could really be a downside to that. I mean, some people were like complaining that she was still pretty without makeup, but
It said she looked like an egg because she's like pasty.
I did not see that. Okay, I
Yeah.
missed that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will find anything to complain about, I guess. That's
Yeah, they really
ridiculous.
will. And there's always going to be people that are just going to be assholes, like no matter what. And it's not like she looks like a troll without makeup. Like she just looks like a regular person. You know, she's still, you know, like I don't understand why people got to be so negative. It's just, it sucks. There's so much good that can come out of that.
Yeah, Susie said that she called it egg face. It's like called herself egg face.
Well, she called it egg face because apparently the first thing that she saw in her chat, which she started up a no makeup stream, was I'll say screw an egg, and then she was like, "Great, like that's how this stream is gonna go." Like,
Oh,
yeah, super crazy.
we have a call from Jax again. I don't know if it's related to this or not, but we'll try and drag him in
Let's
here.
try again.
Jax, hello, you there? Potentially. I know that Big Gun was able to talk, so it's not our end. Something with your mic or push to talk or something. Not sure, man. Try to get it figured out and feel free to call back if you get it worked out. Just do mess with the settings in there. Sorry about that, dude. Well, sorry about that, Jax. Okay. Yeah, people in the chat seems like they pretty much agree with us. Don't understand people can be mad about that, but whatever. I think it's important that we talk about it though, that people know that it's happening. Because I think it can have a pretty positive effect on the culture, hopefully.
Yeah,
unless
for sure.
Twitch just drags it all down, but I think it's pretty cool. A couple other things that we saw. This was one of the most. I think you had to be living under a rock not to see this clip from TwitchCon. The one. Did you see this, Vel? The guy who basically said that he's above everyone else with his ego.
Oh, I've heard about this.
You didn't
I heard
see
about
it?
I didn't see the clip yet.
Okay. Let me pull up the clip.
Yes,
because people know what I'm talking about.
Because the girl that was telling him that she would never watch the stream was at the TRUgaming party.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, she was at our party. She was friends with someone who watches this podcast actually.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Well,
that's what I mean. I heard that she was the one who was like talking back to this guy. So,
well, what's up, listeners to the podcast? If you know this person, very cool. Okay. If anyone has the clip, I'm trying to find it really quickly. I think it got removed from where I went to go find it. It's been everywhere. I'm sure it's floating around somewhere. But basically, this guy.
Yeah, Snoop remembers.
Yeah, Snoop was there too. No, Snoop actually talked about it on After Dark the other night as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to at least cover the clip a little bit because it got so much coverage. I can't find the clip. If someone can find the clip, I'll play it here on the stream. Basically, this guy came up and somebody asked him a question. I did not watch the whole panel. Full disclosure. Snoop, I'm going to. Give me a chance. But basically, someone asked a question about, I think, relating to viewers. And this guy sort of said, well, I actually don't relate to my viewers, and that's my goal because I see myself as above the average person, is the quick and dirty of what he said. Basically sees himself as above every other viewer. And it's hilarious because the other partners who are on the panel are just like, because most of the time they're like, oh, yeah, I agree. And then they're like, I do not agree with this.
You should have said that.
You're on your own with this one, man. No help here.
You're like scooting the other way.
But yeah, this got circulated all over YouTube and Discord.
I know Phil DeFranco retweeted it.
Oh, good.
Yep.
It was hilarious. Yeah, as long as someone can find the clip. Okay, so meme all out of here. I'm gonna post it in Twitch chat for people who want to see it too. And I'll just play the audio on the stream really quick because that's all you need. Vel, you can just watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. They pulled up here. Okay, so chat, just listen to this.
That I want to relate to them. I want them to be witty. I want them to be cool. I want them to have that unique aspect that all of us strive to have. But I need there to be a little bit of a relationship because I don't want to talk to a fucking wall.
Okay, but well, part of the thing for me is I specifically don't want my viewers to have any kind of relationship with me.
Fair.
So like that's like it kind of works out, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like I'm hitting my goal, but
No, you totally are.
And as weird as that sounds, and it's kind of like low key like God complex kind of thing. Is I don't feel like many of my viewers should relate themselves to me because, and this is like super like kind of like kind of weird, is like I do think of myself as better than, or not better, but like bigger.
This is going
There's
sideways.
no good way to say this. I think of myself as like above the average person, so I don't feel like many people could relate to me. As like bad as that sounds, I know, but like that's.
All right, so that was the clip that broke the internet that day. Put this back over here. So yeah, that's the clip we're talking about, guys. Got a lot of discussion around it, and people were not happy about that. And people were going so far to like track down his channel and dropping hate in his chat when he was streaming, and like partners came out and said a lot about it. So pretty interesting. I think most of us would say don't do that. Don't think like that if you're a streamer. I don't know if Fella's still watching it, or I think he's still watching it. But in any case, it's pretty interesting. Snoop made the point that you should watch the whole panel, but did you see the clip now?
Yeah, I just watched it. Holy crap, dude. Dude, he just ruined himself.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I think we had to talk on it though, because it's been circulating so much. Yeah, if you guys have calls about this topic, we would love to have some calls if you guys have thoughts about it, or Pokimane or whatever. Yeah, he got nervous and lost his train of thought. I mean,
doesn't matter.
If
that's part of being on Twitch.
Yeah, if you ever start a sentence with "this is pretty God complex," just don't finish that sentence. Just stop right there. You've gone too far. Turn back. Yeah. I just can't believe he said that. And maybe he was just nervous on a panel or something, and like totally did not mean it. I honestly, I don't think he could say something like that without meaning it at some level.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I don't know if there's too much discussion to be had around here, but it's important that we let you guys know about it because it's hilarious. And the poor guy. I mean, the one thing I did see about it is he's definitely getting attention for it because it's really all over the place, and probably more famous now than he was before. Maybe infamous, but still, he's getting publicity. So I don't know. At least he's got that like silver lining there. But I think it's not gonna be good for his channel long term. We'll see. Oh, we have a call from Boto, who I assume might want to talk on this. Let's go see. Boto, you there?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going.
Sweet.
So, quick question about this. What do you guys feel Twitch should have done about this?
When you say this, you mean like the clip or the panel or what exactly?
The panel in general, right? So they allowed this guy to go up there in their name at their largest convention. Sorry, my bird is gonna squeal. I'm right next to him. Apologize. That's Falco. Hi. He said just
yes. That's awesome.
But how do you guys feel like Twitch should have handled this?
This is tricky. Because the problem is, like, as Twitch grows, you're just gonna run into this stuff at some point. And the thing is, I actually think is he a partner? I don't remember, but
no, he's an affiliate.
Okay, yeah. So he's not a partner. So like Twitch is not that intertwined with him as a representative for the brand. So that's kind of good. And I think like this is bound to happen at some level at every conference. I mean, there are streamers who are partnered who create worse things than this on Twitch and put Twitch in a worse spot than this. And I think people generally understand that like this is not Twitch's view. This is the single guy's view. Like no one was crucifying Twitch because this guy spoke on a panel at TwitchCon. It was all on him for saying that stuff. So I think generally like Twitch doesn't really need to do anything about it. I think maybe even by commenting on it, they can make it worse and give it more publicity. So
maybe I found out because I looked into this while we were at TwitchCon. This guy is actually getting closer to partner as we speak because of this clip, because of this panel. More people are showing up to his stream.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying, right? Like it is giving him publicity. Even if it's bad publicity, he's definitely still getting more attention this way. So maybe there's some crazy scheme for that.
Something.
Yeah. But
I just wanted to feel how you guys felt.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I appreciate the call. Anything else to add to it?
Not really. Just my own opinions of I think like Twitch should do like a temporary ban or something like a 2-week punishment or something. Just a small thing to be like, hey, you're still using our name. I know you're an affiliate. You're making money through our brand. Like that was a panel. Just I know you tried to apologize and everything for it, but just like make sure you like check yourself before you wreck yourself type of thing.
I mean, there's nothing really saying that he can't do anything that he's doing. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's no rule saying that you have to
True.
talk to chat. So
Even if it was a simple message, you know, like a message from Twitch acknowledging, like, hey, dude.
I mean, at the same time, like he's not doing anything to represent Twitch, so he's not really doing anything wrong. So, like, in my opinion, like he's not like the CEO of Twitch saying like,
Mhm.
oh, you know, who cares about viewers? He's just an affiliate streamer who makes really bad decisions. So let him let him drown in his own pit of sorrow, I guess. You know what I mean? Like he
Right, okay.
put himself there. Let him try to pull himself out or just sit in there. I mean, he wants to be there. He doesn't like his viewers apparently. So let him just deal with what he put himself into.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you can ban him because there's nothing really bannable about it. I mean,
Right.
I would definitely agree that Twitch probably doesn't feel the same way he does, but you can't
Mhm.
ban him. And maybe a message to remind him, but I don't even think you're willing to do that because
No.
it'll sort itself out. And like if they were to message him, like that would get out, and then that would become a whole thing
Sure.
because they're trying to like
Yeah.
tell people how to stream and or how to be. So
And even if he does well and succeeds off of it and grows and like eventually is like a full-time successful streamer, good for him. He made a good call on his own part. We don't like nobody really needs to agree with what he does. And I guess that's the cool part of it is like the whole part of Twitch is like there's nobody telling you what you can and can't do to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Twitch awesome. So if you want to go into and start streaming and not talk to people, you can do that. It might not be the best idea, but you can certainly do it.
Appealing to everyone with a god complex.
for sure.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the call,
Easy,
dude.
man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, Snoop Hogg's coming in, I'm sure, to give his.
Uh-oh.
So Snoop watched the whole panel and has a lot to say about it, I think. Let's pull him on. Snoop, hello, you there?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right. So to answer your question, I don't know which one of you typed that, but yes, I know why he was on the panel. So this is the problem with context. This clip was taken fully out of context. Don't get me wrong. What he said was completely stupid, and he chose poor wording. You also got to remember this kid's 21 years old. And at 21 years old, because then what's he do? He doubles down because he's wrong and he knows he screwed up. So he doubles down on Twitter and he's like trying to meme his way out of it. I would have done the same thing at 21 because you're 21. I can't be wrong. I got to fix it. But I'm going to fix it and make myself right instead of just owning it and apologizing. At 28, if I said some stuff like that at a Twitch panel and I went viral, I'd be like, oh my God.
All right, Snoop, bring it back.
All right, yeah, sorry. So anyway, this whole thing. So he was on the panel because that entire panel was the one where they interviewed people and they asked 4 questions about your stream. And I forget the exact title, but it was pretty much how you stand out on Twitch compared to everybody else. You know, in a sea of a million people, how do you make your stream stand out? And they asked you 4 simple questions: who you are, who your audience is, how you reach your audience, and what makes you unique. The reason he was on that panel with partners was because his stream is very unique because he does not interact with his viewers. He does not build a community. It's the same reason Bike Man was up there, because Bike Man, while he has a community, Bike Man's very cut and dry about the fact that he is not your friend. He's an entertainer online. You can't have thousands of friends. It doesn't work. So there has to be that kind of separation. That was kind of the point of the panel. It was a little bit of both. And it's different ways to stream on Twitch. While what's her name? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but she's the voice actress. She's a pretty big partner. She's very community oriented, much like a lot of us. And when people were going up there, what's the first thing they say? They'd be like, oh, what makes you unique? Well, I thank my chat. I interact with my community constantly, And they said, yeah, so does everybody else on Twitch. That panel was controversial from the start because they were very brutally honest with people. Like there was a kid who was bilingual that came up there from Puerto Rico, and he was having trouble getting into words, you know, to explain why he was unique and whatever else. And they were like, look, they were like, no offense, you know, I give you a lot of credit. He's like, but as somebody coming into your stream, I'm not trying to wait for you to figure out how to explain who you are, regardless of your limitations. I'm just out. And people were kind of taken back by it, but it's a very valid point that there's no self-reflection on this platform. Everybody just wants to tout everybody up and be completely positive, which I'm all about. And I'm all about making yourself better, but you have to be able to admit that, you know, maybe my content's not the best and this is what I need to work on. But if you can't self-reflect, then it's a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
So
for clarification, so I heard a little bit about the panel and I heard it was very good, very brutally honest. But you know, and I get why that guy was on the panel to give that context of someone who's, you know, not involved in their community but still is growing. However, there's a big difference between saying that I'm a person who grew on Twitch and I don't interact with my community versus I think badly of the people in my chat. I think I'm better than everyone else. Like there's a big gap there. So it was how he said it.
But again, that got cut off. So at that point of the panel, it was not them questioning people anymore. It was open questions to the people on the panel. They opened it up for the last like 10 minutes. And that was literally the last thing that happened because they were shoving them out of the theater because they had another panel. Now, mind you, what he said was wrong, and he obviously worded it completely poorly. But what he meant, he holds 2 world records, I think, or at least one that I know of for Resident Evil 7 speedrun. Or maybe it's 3. Either way, when he said that he was better than people, he's referring to his gameplay. He just poorly worded that. He doesn't want to have a relationship on Twitch. He uses Twitch as a platform to stream his gameplay. That's it. He doesn't use it for interaction. I've seen so many people say, oh, why doesn't he just go to YouTube then if he doesn't want to interact? Well, everybody at the end of the day, Twitch is very community oriented. Obviously, we're all a big part of that. But at the end of the day, it's a platform for content. And there's no set basis on what I need to do with that content. Just because it's live, you watch live television, you don't get to interact with those people. They added a chat. That's the only difference between, you know, this and 10 other websites. And it's amazing. And I love the community end of it, but it's not a requirement. When you make your username, it doesn't say you have to interact with people.
Yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying, and I know I didn't watch the whole panel, so I can't say I have the full context. And maybe it was about gameplay, but I still think that, like, just the fact that even he said that, like, there's something beyond just, you know, I think that whatever, I'm like actually better at playing a game than my viewers. I think it sounds a lot more convincing. Like, I actually think of myself as better than other people. That's what I heard from it. Even with the context, I agree,
but they also cut off. They also cut off the beginning of how that started and how she ended up at the microphone, because she yelled out from the crowd while there was a line about how she'd never effing watch his content in a million years. So the guy running it, who also is a very upfront and belligerent person towards his chat, and that's what he grew on and how he became partnered, and it's his platform where he likes his community, but he's very upfront and honest and has no problem. He doesn't pull punches. And the whole thing was he stopped the people that were at the microphone. He's like, you get up here because you just said that, and now I want to know. And he at least gets a chance to explain himself. And he bombed, absolutely bombed. But I can understand the heat of the moment and being in front of all those people and then having somebody random from a crowd yell out something like that. I'm not justifying. The kid screwed up big time. But people are like asking for this kid to be banned on Twitch. It's insane.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think, you know, like we said before, you can't ban the guy. He didn't do anything ban worthy. But I don't think you have to watch his content, or I just think it's an important lesson to look at. Because I could see why people would maybe kind of, I think there's a lot of ego on Twitch, and there are probably a lot of streamers who actually think this way, which I think maybe why this got so much publicity. Because there are a lot of bigger streamers who build communities like that, right? That are, I mean, bad communities by a lot of standards, who there's a lot of hate in the community. They kind of like, it's like the streamer and the viewers hate each other, and that's somehow a community. So I think it's important. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of examples out there. I don't want to name names, but I think that's why it got passed around so much, and it's why there's been so much discussion, because like I could see his community going that way if he continues with like kind of the mentality that he laid out there on the panel. So.
And I mean, so that Verge article, I'll link it in the Twitch resources because it's a really good article that covers not only just the panel, but both ends of it. And he did a tweet longer where he apologized and everything. He actually changed his panels. I didn't read them. I wouldn't watch them anyway because I don't watch speedrunning. But I mean, you can't crucify this guy. And on top of all of that, you know, everybody's saying bad publicity is worse than no publicity, but this kid's going to get partnered now. Mark my words, he'll be partnered. He went from an average of like 40 or 50 viewers to 350.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely different ways to grow on Twitch, that's for sure. And this guy might be able to make something
I
out
personally wouldn't do it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying it's not.
I agree.
You know, sometimes that mentality of going after and going into his chat and making this big production and plastering all this publicity on it, all you've done is springboarded somebody you didn't want to succeed to success.
Yep. In any case, though, I think it's sparked a lot of really good discussion. on this show and all around. So I'm kind of glad that it happened in the sense that people have something to talk about, and it makes you kind of take a look at the ways to grow on Twitch. So I'm grateful for that at least. Cool.
Absolutely. And the podcast, the VOD is linked in the Twitch resources if anybody wants it. I suggest everybody watches that, because even I looked at it and was like, wow, I wouldn't be able to answer those questions.
Yeah, if you guys want to see the whole panel that he was at to get the context, apparently it was a very good panel in terms of really thinking through your identity and unique content on Twitch. Go check that out. It's in the Discord, which I just linked in the chat there. But cool. Anything else to add, Snoop?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm glad I got to jump in for a few minutes. I'm going to be late for work. Good job.
No problem, dude. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Awesome question. I love getting the context and the different viewpoints on that. Good discussion with Snoop. Guys, calls are open if you want to give your own thoughts on it or something else. I saw a question in the Discord, actually. If I can find it here. One of these channels. Live topic. Okay, so E_elite said, what's the lowest average view count on a game for you to think that a game is sustainable base for your content? And so I think this is talking about like when you're streaming it and like what your average viewership is. Okay, as opposed to the whole directory.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Which matters a lot. It depends on your channel, for one. Like, it depends on where you are with streaming right now. Like, if you average 5 viewers and you're getting 5 viewers in another game, that game's sustainable. But if you're getting like normally like 30 viewers and you go and play a game and then you're averaging 5 viewers, don't play that game. Like, that's a pretty easy. It's all dependent on what your average is, and what you are looking to get out of streaming in the first place. Sustainable is a weird word, man. It's really dependent on where you are on Twitch currently.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative in terms of like what you're already getting and where you want to go. So Bodo Colin in the chat said, UCAT doesn't matter, play games for you, people are attracted to fun. Somewhat, however, I mean, again, it all comes down to what you want to get out of your stream. If you just want to stream to have fun, and you just like the feeling of having a stream turned on, but growth isn't that important to you, then I would absolutely say that's true. It's like, stream whenever you want to. Don't worry about view count. Just stream what you have fun with. But if you want to grow a channel, then it is worth thinking through a little bit strategically in terms of what makes sense, because you can definitely still pick a game that's smart to stream in terms of viewers in the directory and like potential for growth that you also still enjoy. They don't have to be exclusive from each other. The tricky part is just finding the balance where you're still having fun and you love the game you're playing, but you're also not just playing a dead game or a super oversaturated game. You're finding some game that has potential to grow you. And I know, Vel, you've been through this yourself too, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if I wanted to stream just to have fun playing video games, you'd catch me playing Civilization every once in a while. Like, I love those games, but I will never stream them. Like, I don't want people to think that there's like a negative connotation to wanting to grow on Twitch, because there shouldn't be. Like, if you want to grow on Twitch, that's totally fine, and however you choose to do that, it's totally up to you. Like the guy who thinks that he's better than everybody else, he's going to grow on Twitch now, and he did it a different way than anybody else would want to. But I'm going to be honest, like, I want to grow on Twitch, but I also want to make sure I have a community. Like, I want to grow a community. Like, that's the main thing. I like having a community of cool people, and I like playing games that I have fun playing. I'm not going to go play League of Legends if it gets me more viewers just because I'm not going to have fun playing it. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to grow on Twitch. I don't want that kind of negative connotation to start spreading around or anything. You can still have fun while streaming, and you can still have fun while streaming and still being able to grow your channel, like you just said.
Yeah, I think so. Sticky Ink said, you want something to be your job, you need to handle it like a job and take growth seriously. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's an extreme version, but like, basically you can take streaming like a business, and if you look at how businesses succeed, I mean, you have to be strategic with what market you go after and how you make your content. Like, so for example, this podcast has done pretty well. If I wanted to do a podcast that I just found super fun all the time, I could stream, like, I do a League of Legends podcast or something, but that would not grow nearly as much as this podcast, because this podcast is hitting a need that people want. There's not enough content out there for that is serving people. So like, but I still enjoy it, right? It's not like I'm being a slave here. Like, I guess I got to do the podcast today. I hate my life. No, it's finding that balance of something that is fun for you, but then also like meeting a need on Twitch or making something unique. So about that. It's just that balance of going through it. And it's definitely not something that you'll find right away. It'll take some experimenting, and you'll definitely have to try out some games and see, like, even to get the view count, right? It's going to take a few streams to see what you can expect, because maybe one day, like, some event is going on and no one's watching this game. Like, you know, this weekend, if you try to stream Fallout 4, probably no one's watching that because Fallout 76 just came out and everyone's going to be watching that. Whereas, like, in a week, it might go back a little bit or something. So it definitely will take a little bit of time to experiment with that and get some feedback. But yeah, I think you should definitely not be afraid to think through games that have more potential for you and a higher viewer count, but still have fun with.
Absolutely.
So, cool. The caller, Scary Panama Joe, is here to call in. Panama Joe, you there? Oh, heard something.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
what's going on?
Sweet. What's up?
Not too much, man. How are you?
Sweet. I wanted to, good, man. I just wanted to thank you guys for doing your podcast, by the way. Shit's sick.
No
Yeah,
problem,
dude.
man. Thanks for
being
watching.
here.
Yeah. Going back a while back, because I'm mapping and lurking at the same time on my computer right now. So I guess what I wanted to say was talk about the chick you guys were talking about who streamed with no makeup. I personally appreciate that shit just because I have a little girl myself and she watches me stream all the time. I actually stream like videos that she wants and she watches them as cartoons in the morning. So I think that's really cool that she does shit like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that. I think it's really setting a good example for future people coming onto the platform, as well as people who are already on it but are smaller, who maybe feel like they have to wear makeup every day or do something as female streamers, that hopefully this will help start to kill that precedent a little bit and let people be able to stream and grow without needing to have makeup on and things like that.
Yeah, agreed.
Sweet,
This
dude.
channel, dude. By the way, this channel was awesome, guys. This is cool that you do this. Like, seriously, you guys have inspired me to be a better streamer, network, and all that stuff. So
Awesome, man.
I
That's great,
appreciate
dude.
it. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for calling in, and thanks for the kind words.
Yeah, no worries, man. Have a good day.
You too, man.
You as well, bro.
Yeah. Bye.
What a cool dude. Yeah, I think it's really cool that she did that. I love his points there, that like having like a little girl, I can imagine that'd be pretty cool. Awesome stuff. Okay, did we miss any questions here? What are you laughing
Big
at?
Panda came in, but makeup makes me look beautiful, dude. Oh my god. Only Panda, dude.
I will say that I don't think, just my thoughts on it, I don't think it'll, because she did one stream, it's not going to change the platform, in my opinion.
No, definitely not.
It's definitely going to take like a while before something like that would become normal or accepted. It's still going to be weird to see people without makeup on stream, but maybe like that could be the start of something, like the catalyst that other streamers will start to do that now, or maybe Poki will do it more than once, and it'd be cool to see that gradually become more accepted. And because I think that's a lot what gaming is. It seems weird to me to like get all dressed up to play games. In my mind, like as a guy, like that's not a thing, right? We're just wearing like t-shirts and whatever,
Right.
with beards and yeah. But like as a girl, I just can't imagine like getting all fancied up to go play video games. It's weird. So it'd be cool to see like that come back a little bit and give people the option of whether they want to do that or just turn on a stream. I'm sure people do that already, but it'd be cool to have like a higher precedent for it too. So, yeah.
Mima's got a question.
Oh, okay. You want to go ahead and read it off?
Yeah, she says suggestions for working through a viewer average plateau.
Oh.
So with that, honestly, everybody's gonna have that at multiple times during streaming. Probably happens at least 2 or 3 times a year for me. It's just one of the things that you're gonna go through. It might even be more than that at this point, because honestly, it's one of those things where like after a while, it's like dropping average viewers. It just happens, and you just got to get used to it, and you just got to push through, stay consistent, and just keep enjoying what you're doing. it's one of those things where it's part of the process, and you just have to love the process. That's one thing that Gary Vee says a lot is whatever you're doing, make sure you love the process, because it'll make it so you're successful in the long term. Because not successful like financially, but meaning that you'll be able to continue doing it, because if you love the process, you're going to love the ins and outs, the hard times, bad times, good times, everything, because you love what you're doing. So just enjoy the grind. Like, enjoy those days where like people are like, in my mind, if I have less viewers than I normally do, I'm saying people are doubting me. People are saying like, I'm not going to get it. Like, I'm never going to be there. I'm never going to be good enough. So I'm like, all right, well, it's time to set my shit up. Let's go. Like, I get really motivated, and like, I started thinking people are just doubting me constantly. And like, I think of everything as a competition. And it's just all about your mindset, to be honest, and just grinding through it as much as you can.
Yeah. Sticky inks. Everyone loves Gary Vee in this podcast, man. I think there's some overlap. But yeah, I would definitely say that like when you hit a plateau, and I think also when you're growing, I think it's important to take a step back and look at like what's working or what's not. And I think it's easy to forget to do this when you're growing because everything's good and you don't need to. It's like, oh, just keep doing what I'm doing. It's working, right? But it's smart to take a week or take it one day a week or something and look at your trends over the past week and say, okay, these days this week I was doing much better. What was I doing during these days that I can continue to do? What I think maybe was the cause of that. And then like vice versa, if you're having a bad day, if you're plateauing, if nothing's happening, okay, am I changing anything? What, on the few days I did a little bit better, what was I doing differently those days? Looking for that kind of stuff is really helpful because it can show you like specifically what's causing the viewership trends and rises. And it might be something like you got a lucky host. That's not really something you can control, but just like knowing where it's coming from can help you a lot. Because then you can rule out things that aren't working versus trying new ideas and seeing if they really impact your viewers or not. So
right.
Yeah, I'm a big like data person. Just seeing the data of, okay, I'll try this hypothesis type thing, or I'll tweet whatever before I go live and see if that makes a difference. And then you just test one thing at a time and see which things give you the most difference in return, and keep doing them if they work. Simple as that. Streaming is one big game of trial and error. And I think you never stop doing that with streaming. You're always trying to add new things and improve on things that you already are doing and make them better. So, and that's because it's so long term, streaming is great for that because you can do many, many days over one stream, even just do a lot of hours and different things within those hours. So hopefully that makes sense. It's kind of rambly, but yeah, definitely keep pushing through. And like Veli said, just enjoy the process and stay committed because it's going to take a while to push through. And it's not going to happen right away.
Absolutely.
For sure. Cool. Sticky Inks had a comment there that he had a drop in viewership and he decided to message everyone in his Discord to ask how their lives were. Had great conversations off stream and my stream health came back. Yeah, there's lots of things like that you can do. Just are not anything fancy. Just messaging people can help a lot for sure. All right. Any other questions that we are missing by chance? We have like one more big topic that I want to go through if we have a little time here. Making sure. Yeah, I think we got all the questions here. Okay. So, go over here in the Discord again. I found this out for the first time. Streamlabs does these little quarterly reports now, where they basically tell you like how the growth of streaming is going across all platforms. And I don't know how I missed this because I love the data kind of stuff. But I'm going to pull it up really quickly and just run through it because pretty cool to read about. So, again, the link is in the Discord if you guys want to check it. I'm going to drop it in the Twitch chat really quickly too, if you want the context. So basically, as you might expect, streaming is up across the board for every single platform. There's more streamers on it, more hours being streamed. Fortnite is the biggest by a landslide. It is literally 5 times larger than every other game on Twitch. League is the second one, and it's 5 times more streamed than League, which is pretty crazy. Tipping volume, so this is just Streamlabs, but tips through Streamlabs went up 38% since early this year. It's pretty crazy. So 34.65 million, which is pretty crazy. There are the average concurrent streamership on Twitch is 43,000 people. which is pretty nuts. So at any given time, 43,000 people are streaming on Twitch, and on average, 1.11 million people are watching on Twitch. That's at any time. That's not like during highlights, which is crazy. And for context, the Mixer is at 22,000, which I can't do that math. But that's
What's the difference?
yeah, that's like 2%. So yeah, Mixer has
22%.
No, it's 2%, I think.
Maybe. Time to
Math.
math
Somebody do quick maths. I think it's 2% if my math is checking out. But it's pretty nuts. Twitch continues to grow, although it looks like Mixer is picking up its growth rate. So slowly but surely, Mixer is kind of coming up here a little bit. But anyways, a lot of cool insights. PUBG is dying. Surprise, surprise. Fortnite continues to grow. Surprise, surprise.
19.81%. I was right.
Gosh darn it.
Get on my level, Green.
Whatever, 20%. And WoW's grown a little bit, which is pretty cool. I also saw they talked about Overwatch is actually dying a little bit, which is interesting. Apparently, it's pretty stagnant right now. It's not really going anywhere. So, rip Overwatch. I've heard a lot of streamers in that community getting very frustrated with the game, so I can understand that. Like some of the big guys I watch, just tired of characters like Baguette and Hamster Guy and yeah, all that stuff. But really cool report if you guys want to read through it. Basically, if you're a streamer, things are looking good because it's still growing like crazy. So good news on that, and people joining every single day. Really like to see the numbers behind that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Also, hi to everyone just joining us. We have about 20 minutes left on the podcast here. So if you want to call in and talk about something related to your stream or any of the stuff we talked about today with Twitch and Mixer updates, Pokimane and God Complex Guy, feel free. Feel free. The last thing I saw, actually, I forgot to mention, is that this is just a small thing, but Stream Elements, which is like a Streamlabs rival, they have a new donation platform that has like the lowest. They don't take any of your donations now, as opposed to Streamlabs, who take a small cut of it. Stream Elements won't take any, and they have like some sort of advanced chargeback protection. So on average, you're getting like double your money back if chargebacks were to happen on Stream Elements versus Streamlabs. Pretty interesting.
I don't even know if I want to look into Stream Elements. They had a booth at TwitchCon. I went over and talked. He's like, "What's up? We're Stream Elements." I'm like, "Tell me about Stream Elements." He's like, "We're better than the competition." I was like, "Who's your competition?" And he's like, Streamlabs. I'm like, "Okay, how are you guys better?" He's like, "We're just better. We're web, we're browser based." You know, I'm like, "This is not helpful at all." He's like, "Go check out the website, man. You'll learn all about it." I'm like, "I'm trying to learn about it right now, but I'm not going to do that." Like, it was just a terrible interaction with someone who was trying to, like, I thought he would try to represent and, you know, like maybe help people learn things. But man, he did not help me at all. He's just like, "Go check out the website." I'm like, "I don't want to." Like, I really don't, man.
Yeah.
And he's just, man, it was weird.
See, I don't really know of a really great reason to use Stream Elements. I know like Snoop uses it, and I think it'll give you like better customization options. But I think for the majority of streamers, you just can't beat like how easy Streamlabs is to use, especially with Streamlabs OBS, which is everything's in the box. And for me, it's been fine. I know some people have problems with performance and things like that, but it's been great for me. And actually, in the report, Streamlabs mentioned that apparently 40% of Twitch streamers use Streamlabs OBS now, which is crazy. It's been out for like a year. Meanwhile, OBS and XSplit have been around for, I don't know, 5 years at least. And already it's almost at half of the entire Twitch streamer market, which is crazy to me. But I guess they're going after a lot of the smaller streamers, which makes sense because very easy to use. If you've never done streaming before, it's really plug and play, all in the box. It'll set all the settings up for you, and you're good to go.
Yeah. So. I mean, I would know more about Stream Elements, but the guy didn't want to tell me anything. So, you know, we'd be able to have a much better discussion right now about it.
Exactly.
I feel like the guy just didn't know, and so he's just like, "Yeah, just go check it out, dude."
Like, Starfjord said, "What is this player.me thing?" I recognize that title. I don't know what it is though. I think that was something at TwitchCon, and I forgot what it was. I can't remember, but someone knows. Please answer that. Yeah, next, exactly. Streamlabs just has everything you need on that one platform. You can pull in all the different widgets and stuff, and they're constantly adding more widgets. They added like a sponsor banner recently, which we're using on the stream today, which I like a lot. So they're just adding stuff constantly. You really can't beat how easy it is to use that. Plus, they have really cool people working there too who don't just tell you they're better. They tell you why. I like Streamlabs a lot, if you can't tell.
Player.me.
Did you find out what it is?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out if it's a new streaming service or if it's a new streaming software.
Okay. I think it might be a software.
It says Player.me is a simple and powerful all-in-one streaming and recording app that's easy to use in-game and out, which makes it sound like it's software.
Mm-hmm.
But their website... Oh, okay. Yep. No, it's software. It's definitely software. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so it's more software. It looks like it actually works with Streamlabs stuff too, so I don't know. But
what's the point of it? Like,
I don't know.
Streamlabs already has Streamlabs integrated into it, so I don't know why you need to integrate Streamlabs with something that's not Streamlabs. But
can't beat that. Can't beat that.
No.
All right. I think that is most of the big topics over the last week. We got through all of them somehow. There were a couple others that went around with a lot of like streamer drama stuff, and of course like the roast with Tim and Ninja and Lupo, but that's not really news as much as just something funny that happened.
Tim the Time Man's cool, by the way, everybody.
Cool. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions or thoughts about any of the stuff we talked about, or any?
In the Shadows has a question about streaming mobile games. Honestly, I've never streamed a mobile game before. I know Streamlabs has one on their app, but I've never used it, so I really don't know what's preferred or what's better in any way. So I apologize. I really don't know too much about streaming mobile games.
Yep, definitely. And I think Streamlabs is really good for just the mobile app that I have, but you can also really easily hook up to a PC, like even just a simple laptop if it's mobile games, and stream that pretty easily through a USB capture type thing.
Right.
So I would definitely look into that if you can, because that lets you customize it all. What is that?
Yeah, for sure. I said Way of the Road. Somebody said in the chat, and I had to.
All the Tim references, of course. Cool. Yeah. I think Nin in the, I can't say that name right. Nin in the Shadows looked like he was going to call in, but we'll see if he wants to join. All right, guys. Well, that is all the topics that we have for this week. So if we have no other questions, we'll kind of wrap it up here. Anything you're looking forward to with the next week, Val, with your own stream, or anything big happening?
I'm really excited to play more Fortnite and more Red Dead 2 because I love both of those games. But this weekend I'm gonna try out some Call of Duty Blackout off stream because Snoop Hogg's been telling me about how they decrease the effect that armor has on people. So that's intrigued me a little bit because it takes way too long to eliminate somebody. So we'll see. I'll try it off stream this weekend and see how it goes. Snoop Hogg.
It's pretty fun. I tried it the other day when we did our huge Halloween stream. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a quick question from Blazium. Do's and don'ts with a green screen. This is actually not an office, believe it or not. So this is a green screen.
No way, dude.
Mind blown. Quickly, I would say use a lot of lighting and don't wear green and
smart. Spend
a lot of time chroma keying it out just right and it'll look good. Yes. I mean, can you guys tell that I was actually on a green screen here? I think it looks pretty good.
Now when you're actually in the office, you're gonna have to let people know you're actually there.
Yeah.
No one's gonna believe you now. No one's gonna know what to think.
I was gonna do this as a joke because I didn't think it was gonna look very good, but it actually turned out pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It definitely does look decent. Look at all these people had no idea.
No one knew. If you guys are listening right now, I put myself in the Office podcast green screen, and it looks pretty real, and chat thinks so too. So, yeah, it's pretty crisp, Khaleesi. I usually put something on the TV right here, like some motion, but I can't do that with a picture, so just turned it off. But pretty crazy, right?
Oh my god!
This is better than podcast stream. I'm gonna have to start doing this every week anyway.
When I first saw it, I'm like, no one's gonna fall for this, man. No one's gonna fall for this. There's no way. And like everybody did.
Flawless
Oh.
execution. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's a pretty good example of a green screen, though. I have 3 lights set up right now, 2 for my face, 1 for the back, and that lets you kind of put light on the screen, so it looks very different than you do. And then it's all a matter of use chroma key, by the way. Don't use color key. In my experience, that works better. Yeah. So thanks for that question. Okay.
So glad they asked that question. That's great.
I am too.
That worked perfectly. You asked on the right day, my dude.
You know what's great too is you can't see this, Val, but usually my dog sleeps on this bed right here, so I can just like unveil the curtain and there's the dog. Hanging out
Dog's
right
in
there.
this office with me.
Yeah.
Let me just peel the walls back real quick.
All right. Well, guys, I think we'll wrap it up here then because we're running out of time here. But yeah. Val, anything that you want to say to people before we head off here about your own stream or anything else we missed?
You guys can find me at this area where I don't know if I'm pointing at it right.
That's right.
Val_TV right there on all social media platforms and on Twitch. Yeah, I stream Fortnite and other stuff. So coffee.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm GreenChord, guys. I host this podcast twice a week, usually. And you can catch this show 3 times a week on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern, and Thursday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Next week, really quickly, we have Miss Hoboslayer coming back on the podcast because she got partnered. We're going to break down how that happened and advice for you guys. That'll be on Thursday. And then next Friday will be a call-in show with a company called StreamKick, who we had a meeting with during TwitchCon. Really cool stuff. So we're going to talk to them with that and then do some calls to you guys if you have questions about that and probably some other stuff. So lots of good stuff coming to the show next week. Stay tuned and please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, whatever you want to find us on. Just search for Twitch or Stream and you'll find us.
And Twitter.
So, yeah, that too. Twitter's good. All right, guys. We will see you guys later. We'll host someone quickly at the end here, but hope you guys have a great day. See you later.
Love you.